Ladies, gentlemen, and others, my name is Dan, the voice behind that Kaito Dan, and welcome to something a little bit different than you would usually see on this channel. This is real or fake anime. And as you can see, I'm not alone this time. I am here with a good friend of mine. This is ZeronicKiba. Introduce yourself, mate.
Hey, thanks for having me, Dan. We're really excited. We're going to be playing this game today. My channel, we do a bunch of reactions and anime reviews. Anything anime you can find over on my channel, and so therefore we thought it'd be a really fun idea if we did this game, picking out real or fake anime.
Yeah, we are both huge anime fans, even though admittedly I have been really behind the times. I've described my backlog as being Mount Etna sized at the moment, which compared to Kiba is just completely different. Like, you're more in the up-to-date stuff compared to me.
Yes, I'm much more caught up and more active in like the recent anime than you are, from what we've talked about.
Yeah, we've been chatting like beforehand of like our current anime watches beyond Ruby as well. But it's been interesting finding out like stuff that we've both seen and a lot of stuff that we haven't seen.
Yes.
And that's kind of led us to this, where if you haven't seen a real or fake anime vid before, basically we are gonna be throwing out very vague, brief premises of possible real or fake anime, and it's up to our opponent to decide whether or not if it's real or fake. Now for the rules of this one, we are hoping to go for about 10. Whether or not that is the case, we'll see. Obviously by the time this comes out, you'll find out. And the point system: 1 point for a correct answer, and if it's a real anime, if you guess the correct name, you get a bonus point. We are also allowing lifelines. So these are basically you ask additional questions, so to speak. So if I described a premise that involved a male lead character, Kiba could easily ask a question about what is this boy like, or what is this world that they're in, something like that, which is not going to go into too much detail, but just enough to maybe flesh things out a little bit, give them a little bit of a clue, but again, just a little lifeline, nothing more, and that will be only 3 per option. That's one other thing as well. We are actually having a punishment for this one. Now, obviously, we are in completely different locations, so we can't do anything in person, but we do have a punishment, and Kiba, if you want to share it.
So we decided that the winner gets to post whatever they want on the loser's account as their punishment, whatever they want, and I'm already coming up with ideas.
I'm very nervous about this. Yes.
I'm jumping the gun a little bit. I have confidence. I'm confident in myself, but
really?
We thought it'd be
Okay.
fun. We thought it'd be funny to add a little bit of stakes to the game, make it a little more competitive, But I'm definitely looking forward to playing this, and I can't wait to start.
Alright, now, Kiba, you're the guest, so it's only fitting I think you start off. So give me your first real or fake premise.
Alright, here we go. Okay. In a world where the existence of magic is kept a secret, a young magical prodigy is faced with his biggest challenge yet, teaching an all-girls class at a junior high school. While teaching his class, many magical threats make themselves known. As a result, he is forced to fight these threats to protect his class and school, while also making magical contracts with his students by kissing them in order to fight.
See, I was halfway sure at the start, but I was also thinking I can't remember if it had like a limited magic stuff going on. But then you said the contract stuff at the end, and I think I know it.
All right.
So I'm gonna say it's real.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, I think it's called Mahou Senshi Negima.
Final answer?
Yes.
It's real, and you're right. Yes. Good job. Yes.
Oh, I'm so glad with that.
I wanted to start off with an easy one for you.
Yes.
I picked a very popular anime from the early 2000s. Like just
yeah,
in your.
I actually have some DVDs of, I believe, the first series, because there was the first series, OVAs, and then like the newer stuff.
I watched the newer one when I was a kid. That was
fair enough.
That's where that's the only one I watched, actually.
Yeah, I remembered really enjoying the original one, and I remembered it because it's one of the few anime I know of that has a Welsh character.
Yeah.
So obviously, as a Brit, I've got an interest.
It's Harry Potter.
it's Harry Potter before Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. You donkey! Well, 2 points for Dan to start us off here.
My question. Are you ready?
Alright, hit me with your best shot.
Heroes based on fairy tales and stories, like Snow White or The Wizard of Oz, fight the evil forces of a group tied to chess pieces. And no, it's not Ruby.
Okay.
I figured that would be a good one to start with.
I was literally like, what? This is Ruby.
Exactly.
Okay.
Obviously, there has been some elements from Ruby that is kind of similar to past anime, but I figured, you know what? Because it's my thing, I gotta throw in something related to Ruby.
Okay, can I ask how big of a cast this is?
It's your relative shonen anime size. So if you imagine, like, the Naruto's, or maybe not to the Naruto size, but like, say, Soul Eater size, something like that.
Oh, okay.
It's got that size of a cast.
Alright, so...
That's Lifeline 1.
Related to chess pieces. Ruby, like, there are elements from other anime in Ruby. However, this also could be you coming up with a fake idea by making a fake anime that it's like
you never
Ruby.
Know.
Oh
you never
my
know.
gosh. Personally, I feel like this is too similar to Ruby. So I'm going to go with fake just because I think it's too similar to Ruby to be real. Otherwise, either there's too much similarities going on here. That's
Final
what
answer?
Final answer is fake.
It's real.
Oh no! What is it? Oh gosh, what is it?
It is called Martian Awakens Romance.
Is it good?
Mare. It's a fairly good show. It was around the time of like Toonami Jetstream when that was going on.
Oh, okay.
Do you recall seeing a lead character with blonde spiky hair and a talking kendama toy with a mustache?
I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah,
yeah.
I really enjoyed watching that. It was like a very cheesy kind of typical shonen stuff. And in terms of like the fairy tale stuff, it does seem very similar. Like one of the characters is literally called Snow, Princess Snow, based on Snow White. Another of the lead girls is Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Yeah, and the one thing that made me really want to put this on the list was, again, the main enemies are literally called chess pieces. And you think in Ruby, Salem's the whole like chess element.
I was literally gonna say this is Ruby until you said it's not Ruby.
It came out, I want to say, in the 2000s.
All right. Wow. Okay.
So,
well,
yes.
Dan's starting off with a strong start. Me, not so much. So ball's back in my court.
I'm a winning.
In feudal Japan, a young noble discovers a sword hidden away in a cave, which seems to give him powers. Suddenly, the god Izanagi suddenly appears before him and tells him that a war has broken out amongst the gods. As the gods have been forbidden from fighting directly, they have chosen humans as vessels for their powers to fight in a battle royale against each other to determine who will be Japan's greatest god. The young noble reluctantly decides to participate in the war as Izanagi's vessel.
Oh, okay, that is actually a tricky one. Admittedly, as soon as you said feudal Japan, I thought Inuyasha, but then I thought that would be a bit too mainstream to add.
Right.
And then when you threw up Izanagi, I'm thinking Persona 4, but
Izanagi no Okami.
Yeah. See, that sounds like it would be an anime because obviously they're big in like their Japanese mythology inspired works. It sounds very shonen-y. Can you give me a little description on the lead character?
The lead character is a teenage noble, like member of a noble family, and he's kind of been living a sheltered life.
Can you maybe describe another character for me?
Another character. Well, so there's all these different gods, and they all have their different vessels. And the vessels are humans that have inherited the powers of the gods. So it's a wide range of personalities, and each god gets to choose their own vessel based on their own criteria.
Right. Admittedly, it sounds, now that I'm thinking on it more, it sounds like something from the Fate series. With all the mythology elements there. At the same time, it also sounds like Shaman King. I'm going on my gut feeling, just because there sounds like a hodgepodge of so many different series, and again, there's a lot of it that could sound real, but I'm going to shoot for the win on this. I'm going to say fake.
Fake. Final answer?
Yes.
It's fake! Good job!
Yes!
This is actually like a novel idea I've been trying to like write.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I'm interested.
Yeah, I love Japanese mythology, and I wish there was more stuff about this. So I was like, hey, let's just write my own. So this is actually an idea. I'm trying to like make it. It could be real if it ever goes.
I was interested because it feels right up my alley. I love that kind of like mixture of the mythology, but also with a like more unique aspect to it.
Yeah.
And I'm interested in also like the lead character. I like the idea of him being sheltered and then thrust into something that's so larger than life.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you know what? Hey, if you ever make it off the ground, I'm all for this. I'm interested.
All right, sweet. But yes, dang, I really thought I had you with that one. Honestly,
You've inspired me to go for this one. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
The various adventures and hijinks in a hotel for famous historical Japanese figures and legends living in modern-day Japan. The hotel manager is also a talking cat.
I feel like I've heard of this for some reason. I don't know. I really feel like I've heard of this for some reason. Like I don't know this. Oh, wait a minute. This kind of sounds like Hotel Transylvania, but anime. Actually, now that I think about it,
I didn't think of that myself. Actually, fair play.
This kind of sounds like it, but like the Hotel Transylvania of anime. Oh gosh,
I can't get it out of my head now.
Yeah,
good shout.
Oh man, but for some reason I feel like this exists. I do feel like this exists. For some reason. So you said it's famous Japanese people?
Yeah, famous figures and legends from like classic mythology and stuff like that. Again, very similar to like you were describing for the last one.
Mm-hmm.
And they all live in modern day Japan, so cross things over into our world.
So how'd they get brought from their... So are they like pulled out of their timeline and brought to this hotel?
I believe the talking cat... just had an interest. He's like a talking ghost spirit cat. I can't remember like the name of them. Or something like a ghost Nyan or something like that. He just went bored and decided to make a hotel for Japanese mythological figures.
Okay. And this cat, this is my last lifeline. This cat, is he like a god or just a ghost or something?
No, he's just your regular average ghost cat.
He's
just
a cat.
Decided, you know what? I'm bored, I'm going for it. And hijinks ensue, as you would imagine.
Like I said, I'm still hung up on the fact that it sounds like Anime Hotel Transylvania. So I'm having a hard time getting past that. You know what? Let's go with my gut. I'm gonna go with fake. Final answer.
Final answer?
Final answer is fake. I'm going with my gut because I'm still hung up on that. That's my reasoning for that.
Congratulations to your gut. It's fake.
Oh, yes! I'm on the board! I'm on the board! Oh,
it is indeed fake. You know what? Fair credit for you to making that Hotel Transylvania comparison.
That's the whole reason I thought it was fake. Like, if I didn't make that comparison, I would have thought it was real 100%. I think random on out.
If I had thought of that, I probably wouldn't have made it. Basically, my inspiration for it was I like Japanese mythology elements in anime.
Yeah.
And I just pulled inspiration from an anime called Love Hina.
Oh yeah, I know. I know Love Hina. Yeah.
And I thought, you know what, that would be like a strange, bonkers little comedy. And instead of putting it in classic mythology, bringing it to modern day.
Right. Okay. All right. Good. See.
Oh, man. Well done to your gut.
I was really worried on that one. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so
hey, you're
I'm
on the board.
I'm on the board.
3-1.
A programmer working at a video game company is overworked and underpaid. One day he wakes up and sees a strange floating screen in front of his eyes. He discovers that the screen is actually the source code of the entire Earth, which he can alter and change however he wants. With his programming knowledge, he uses his newfound godlike powers to change his life and the world to suit his desires, first innocently, then for far darker purposes.
That's interesting. Again, I'm picking out so many other series and premises that I sound familiar with that. Like, immediately, the first thing that came to mind was Steins Gate, even though I've not seen that yet. But it just sounds something like that, but then the video game aspect and the whole reshaping, I couldn't think of. Can you describe the lead character a little bit more for me?
Well, so like I said, he's a programmer, and he's just kind of like getting fed up with his situation. He's like a depressed, overworked guy, basically, and then he's all of a sudden thrust into. He's just given this power out of nowhere.
And you said that he starts out very like well intentioned, but then it kind of goes.
Yes,
darker.
He uses it innocently at first, like just making like jokes and like making like certain things better about his life, and then he starts realizing what he can actually do with this ability.
Right. The one thing that's screaming in my head right now is this sounds eerily similar to Death Note, and that kind of whole premise of like manipulating the world and turning dark does kind of sound like an anime story. I'm gonna bank on the fact that I've got a bit of a lead right now, so I'm gonna play safe. And I'm going to go with my gut, and I'm going to say, just because it sounds so much like a retooled version of Death Note, I'm going to say fake.
Fake. Final answer?
Final answer.
It's fake! Good job! Good job. You are 3 for 3 right now. I came up with this idea as a CS major. This is like my power fantasy anime. This is the anime, like this is like a self-insert like idea or something like that, like a fanfic.
One thing we forgot to mention as well, like you did actually get some ideas from some of your mates, didn't you?
I did, yes. I got a couple of people to help out with this thing because they had some funny ideas.
But that one, like you said, that's definitely you.
This is all me. Yes. Definitely 100% all me. This is just like, oh god, like, I would want to use programming like this or something like this to alter
But I like the
world.
fact that you twisted it to have like the, it actually could go very, very wrong idea. So it wasn't just... It was a power fantasy and also the repercussions of it. So actually,
nature of humanity,
very good. Yeah,
and
very, very.
Honestly, once again, I didn't think about the comparison to Death Note when I was writing that.
I think we kind of caught ourselves a few times with that, like me with Hotel Transylvania and you with Death Note.
Yeah.
A troubled group of students are aided by the support of someone whose sole dream was to be a teacher. The teacher also happens to be a cross-dresser.
This. When you said teacher, I just started thinking GTO, but he didn't cross-dress. Then again, it's been.
I mean, he might have in one episode, but it wasn't the principal.
I have not seen GTO in a really long time, but this is.
I think the most recent thing of GTO I've seen is the bloopers.
Can you say the beginning part again? Can I get a repeat of the?
A troubled group of students are aided by the support of someone whose sole dream was to be a teacher. The teacher also happens to be a crossdresser.
You said was, so what are they trying to be now? Or did they give up on their dream, or what is this?
He did still want to be a teacher, and that's something that he's worked as hard as whole life for. However, the first chance he got, I believe he had issues. They were people getting in the way of his dream, which kind of led into why he's a cross-dresser.
Okay.
He takes that step, so to speak, to achieve his dream.
Okay. I can't think of anything else to ask. However, I'm going to go with real, because I feel like I have heard this plot before. This is something I feel like I cannot think of the name of the anime, so I'm not going to give a guess as to what it is, but I feel like I've heard this before, so I'm going to go with real, because this just sounds very familiar, but I can't be specific about it. But so, real, but no name for the anime. Final answer.
Final answer?
Final answer.
It's real.
Yes! Yes!
It is an anime called I My Me Strawberry Eggs. I don't quite know why it's called that.
Is it good?
I really enjoyed it. It's again very silly. It's got some like your typical like ecchi stuff, but not like extreme. And
Right.
it's very much like Negima in a way, where he's helping out the students. They have their own issues. There's one lead girl who's like very doting on the main character, who again he had to cross-dress to get into an all-girls school, and they wouldn't hire him because he was a guy. It's something I remember watching like early on in my anime days.
Yeah, dude, honestly, these real ones, I've never even heard of these before, so like
I'm working off the fact that I've got a lot of 2000s era experience.
In a world where robots have subjugated humanity after becoming self-aware, an apocalypse is triggered by the actions of a cyborg. After losing his memories during the incident, this cyborg later befriends a young human girl and journeys the ruined world to see the results of his actions and attempt to redeem himself.
So many animes that's making me think of right now. I've seen some anime, or at least heard of some anime that does play off the memory loss, cyborgs,
Dude,
androids.
Amnesia is such a freaking common thing in anything. Like, have you played any JRPG ever?
And it does sound something like I could imagine, especially the whole like redeeming, like trying to make up, especially like the initial unknowing area. You said I'm not. I don't want this to count as my lifeline, just for clarification. But you said the cyborg was a boy, was it?
Yes.
A boy. Okay. Because there was one anime I was thinking where there was something like that, I think, but the robot was a girl. Can you describe not the robot boy, but the other character?
The young human girl.
Yes. How does she come across him? How does how do they deal with it?
It's a random encounter.
Random encounter.
It's entirely random. It was a chance meeting.
Because there's like one old anime that I can think of that sounds like this, but I can't remember the name. It's also making me think of Chobits, but that was a android girl, and it wasn't post-apocalyptic. It was very still modern. Just because it's such a common occurrence, like the amnesia stuff, the robot cyborgs and that, the redemption stories. I'm gonna say real, but I don't have a stick on the name. But I'm going with real.
All right, final answer for real.
Final answer.
It's real.
Oh my god.
Yeah, nice, dude. You are unstoppable right now. It's called Casshern Sins.
Oh my god, no, I've heard of that name.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was the premise of it though.
It's actually a really good anime. I like it a lot.
All I know is like the guy is like almost like in a Super Sentai white hero outfit, something like that.
Yep. Yeah.
I didn't know it involved like cyborgs, like lost memories and stuff.
No, he's a cyborg, yeah. And no. And like he has no memories of how the apocalypse happened, even though like, yeah. So like that, it's actually like a really thought-provoking anime. It's actually pretty good.
Wow, I did not know that was the story. Again, I only went real because so many of those elements sound like stuff I've seen in other works, and it's a common enough thing that it could easily be it. So
see, I thought that would make you think it's fake because there's so many there's so many.
The only thing that makes me think that is just because again, amnesia is such a common thread, even if it's not like the main thing.
Totally is. It's so common.
It's like one of the most abused tropes. A gamer is transported into the world of a mobile game by twins who hopes that he is the legendary hero who would kill the god of luck. However, he ends up being a one-star hero who can only fight by summoning waifus from the game's gacha mechanic.
When you said a gamer is transported to a new world, I stopped myself from screaming "real" immediately, right there.
Yes.
But
isekais, man, they're all over the place.
Dude, they are. Okay, he summons waifus. Is this Xenoblade? I mean, like, this sounds like Xenoblade 2. But where you catch girls like Pokemon. But what is this? Wait a minute. Is this Genshin Impact? is this
Could
Genshin
be.
Impact?
Could be. You never know.
Because I haven't played much of Genshin Impact, but they have like a star system for like the summons, right? They have a gacha system.
They do.
Okay. I know you play Genshin Impact.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah.
I've also played a little bit of Xenoblade.
This is hard for me because like it sounds so generic, like it has to be real. Because I feel like I've seen 7 anime that are like that. But I'm also thinking, what if you did that as a trick in order to get me to change, like, to make it's a misdirection? That's what I think's going on here. I really think it's a 50-50 because I have reasonings for why it could go either way. And so, oh my gosh, this is hard for me, and this is detrimental because you're so far ahead. I'm gonna go with fake because it just has too many elements from like. It's generic, yes, but it's almost like too generic. And also, I can't get off the fact that I know you play like gacha. I know you've played like games with gacha systems in it, so like I feel like that's something you could come up with. I feel like there's things being pulled from your gaming experience. That's why I'm gonna go with fake.
Fair reasoning.
Fake final answer.
Fake.
Yes! Oh yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
Dude. You were spot on with the inspirations.
Really?
This was the first fake one I pulled, and it was inspired by Xenoblade, because the twin girls,
yeah,
the Pyra and Mithra.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Xenoblade 2.
Exactly. Legendary hero Rex is the Aegis driver. There is the gacha mechanic in Xenoblade, and they're predominantly all females.
Yes.
And I borrowed the mobile game aspect from Genshin, even though it's also on consoles.
Yeah.
Even though like all gacha do have some star element, Genshin does have the 5 stars. And just because like so many isekais and like obviously the gacha stuff is like so common in like many games, even outside of anime, I did throw you a bone by including the twins element to see if you are familiar with Xenoblade and if you use that.
In a world where the only thing that matters is the strength of your pet, one high schooler struggles to change his stag beetle to become the best Dobutsu Senshi. While some are blessed with tigers or killer whales, this boy toils day in and day out at the world's smallest gym in order to raise his beetle to the top of the charts and take the title of Dobutsu Senshi champion.
Oh my god. That sounds something similar.
Amazing.
It sounds like it's in that ballpark of like the Beyblades and Battle Beat'em-ons and stuff like that, like the kids' toy stuff, or like the Battle Pokemon, Digimon, that stuff. So it feels like it's in that ballpark, and it does sound like something. Like, I love the fact that it's like fighting pets, and it's not limited to just the bugs. It's like all manner of animals.
All animals, yes, all animals. And it's a tournament.
If it was just the insects, I would probably feel more confident saying real. But I'm thinking that it's fake because it just feels like such a strange concept that I would see more people talking about. At the same time, it also feels like some of them may have been washed under the sea of popular stuff like, again, Pokemons, Digimons, Beyblades, stuff like that, Yu-Gi-Ohs. Something that isn't as mainstream. Can you describe one of the other characters?
So,
maybe
like,
what they use?
Well, yeah, so, like, the best friend of the main character has a tiger. As a pet. In this world, everyone has really, like, anything can be a pet in this world.
Right, yeah. But this guy just has a bug. It just sounds way too weird. Like, I imagine if this was real, I would see more people talking about it. I would see more, like, people, like, showing clips of, like, anime bug beating a tiger or something like that. So, just because it feels like something that is too wild to be true, even if it was, like, washed under the other, like, stuff I was mentioning before, I'm going to say fake.
It's fake!
Oh.
Good job. By the way, Dobutsu Senshi means animal warrior. That's what it means.
I was going to ask about that. I like the fact that you gave it a name.
I thought throwing in some Japanese might lend some authenticity to it.
Yeah.
Dang. I thought I had you for sure on that.
But that was a really good detail.
I thought I had you for sure on that one. Oh, it's so weird. It's so weird.
I was thinking that name.
Yes.
That name did kind of throw me off a little bit. I think it's like, it's got a title. It's not like too vague enough. It sounds like a tournament championship title, something like that.
This is actually my neighbor came and she
was that a friend's one?
Yeah, she wrote. I was just like, hey, like, and she wrote this idea out, and I thought it was. First of all, I was like, yo, if this was real, I would watch this in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
like
again,
absolutely.
It sounds like something I would see like Twitter videos of, like a bug being a tiger in an anime.
Right. All right. Well, I still have not stumped you yet.
I'm on a roll here.
You're
I'm
on
very
fire.
surprised with this. I need to get you off my back though, because there's every chance you can catch up.
Yes, yes, there is. All right.
Boy learns that his adoptive family are extreme sports legends, and he aims to become one himself, breaking the laws of physics in the process.
That's it? I feel like I need more. Okay.
You got your lifelines.
So he's adopted.
He's basically like a typical, like, no-hoper. He's got nothing really to go for. And then he's, like, really absorbed into this world that he didn't really know about his family, and then just went into it.
See, I like sports anime. And I've seen a lot of them. I feel like I would have watched this. Now, granted, this could also be a much older one, since we're talking, like, you know, because a lot of your choices have been like a little bit earlier. So
admittedly, very, very 2000s era.
Yeah, so I might have missed it. I'm leaning towards fake because I've never heard of something like this, and I'm a sports anime fan. However, it's also entirely possible this is one of the earlier sports anime, and the only early sports anime I know of is like Slam Dunk. So I am like,
before you make your choice, I think I'm gonna throw you a bone, and I'm gonna say which extreme sports it was, because I think I can get by a little bit. It's extreme skating.
Ice skating or like rollerblading?
Rollerblading. Might have just given you this, but I just thought that there's so many of them that might go for it.
Oh my god, I think I know that, I feel like I know the name of this, but I can't think of it.
You might need this to try and catch up.
Oh gosh.
You are 3 points behind me.
Yes. No, it's not giant killing. What is... Oh, that's a soccer anime. I'm getting them all mixed up in my head. I'm going with real. I cannot think of the name, but I'm positive I've seen a rollerblading anime like this, but I cannot think of the name, so I'm gonna go with real. Final answer.
It's real.
Oh, man. I knew it. What is its name? I cannot think of it.
It is called Air Gear.
Yikes.
Oh! No! I love Air Gear! Are you kidding me?
Yes!
Wait,
That's the worst of it.
Oh, yeah, all of his sisters are part of a Sleeping Forest, right?
Yeah. That's the thing, he's not part of their family, because there's a romance element with one of the girls.
I forgot he was adopted. I forgot that Iki was adopted by the Ringo and all them. Oh my god, I love Air Gear. Are you kidding? I've watched that show like 3 times.
I love Air Gear. It was one of my favorite animes during that period. It introduced me to Bakon, one of my favorite Japanese bands.
Oh my god, that was a gimme.
Track.
That was a gimme for me. That was my one chance, and I blew it. I mean, I still got it right, but... Oh.
I gotta ask, though, if I didn't say skating, were you gonna say fake?
No, I was still gonna go with real. Because I was still gonna go with real because...
you were safe either way.
Yes, I thought it was... I was gonna go with real because I thought it might have been like just an older sports anime that I missed. But this... See, Air Gear is not a sports anime. You threw me off when you said sports. And so Air Gear is not... It's more of like a battle anime because they get like superpowers from the rollerblades.
Yeah, it's very shonen. The only reason why I did say sports is because X Games, they do involve skateboarding and that, and I think it's like, I don't think it was put in, but I think it's been debated for Olympics or stuff like that.
You picked the perfect amount of vagueness to make me not get the title, because if you were any more specific about like he gets powers or something like that, I would have for sure gotten it.
I was worried I was giving it a bit too much by saying breaking the laws of physics, because it's completely like typical anime insanity.
It's absolutely nuts. Like Iki's sisters, besides Ringo, aren't really like too much.
No, it's Ringo's like the more principal character of that.
Yeah. Well, she's like,
and it's through him.
Yeah, I forgot they technically are all in Sleeping Forest, so I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And then there's oh my god, I'm actually, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm really pissed I missed that because I love Air Gear. That's like one of my favorite shows.
Whoa, looks like I got him so good with that one and ended up splitting the video in two. Yeah, if you want to check out part 2 and see who wins this game, you're gonna have to go over to Kiba's channel, linked in the description down below. See you guys there.